Hello friends, my name is Dr. Jagdish Jagtap, and in continuation with our earlier series, today we'll see the state of Mysore and the role played by Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan. Mysore, as we all know, is located in Karnataka, and this state was one of the last remaining states which fought the British Empire. Let us see Hyder Ali first. This fellow Hyder Ali had very humble origins. He used to work in the army. By smartness, skill and hard work, he rose higher up in the ranks, and finally in 1761 he overthrew Nanjaraj, who was the ruler of Mysore. And this Nanjaraj fellow, he also had usurped the power from the Vodaya rulers. So he became the de facto ruler in 1761. He modernized his army with the French experts. This is important because very few leaders or rulers in India had done this at that time. Then he captured Malabar to gain access to the Indian Ocean. Now access to Indian Ocean was very necessary for trade improvement. So he captured Malabar. He fought the British in the first Anglo-Mysore War in 1767 to 1769, and he won it. Like, he reached the walls of Madras during that war. Afterwards, during the second Anglo-Mysore War, he died in 1782, and his son Tipu Sultan overtook from there, and he continued the fight. Tipu Sultan is a very complex character. Like, those who love him, those who hate him. But we have to look at him very objectively from the point of view of objective history. Now, Tipu Sultan was a very innovative ruler. He introduced a new calendar, new coinage, new scales and weights and measures. He was very well read. He was a multilinguist, like a polylinguist. He knew many languages. This fellow planted the Tree of Liberty in Seringapatanam. Now, this Tree of Liberty is that once the French Revolution took place in France, the people there planted a Tree of Liberty. Imitating them, he also planted a Tree of Liberty in Seringapatanam. He became a member of the Jacobin Club, which was at that time in France was very popular. When we'll study French Revolution, we'll come to that. But he became a member of that club. He introduced very good organizational discipline. Like, even when he was losing the Battle of Seringapatanam, when he died, even that time the army did not abandon him. So it shows that there was very good organizational discipline in his army. He tried to do away with the Jagirdars and the polygars, and he tried to establish a direct connection between the state and the peasant. So this is one measure which he tried to take. And then there was this famous sentence which he kept on saying, that it is better to live one day as a tiger than 100 years as a jackal. Tipu Sultan's army was armed with European kind of weaponry like muskets and bayonets. So make in Mysore. Seriously, it was made in Mysore only. It was manufactured in Mysore only. After losing the third war of Anglo-Mysore War, he tried to build a navy. And in that he tried to build his own ships. Like, he seriously designed those ships by himself. बंदा क्या करता था यार? He used to do war also, some innovations also, and then he'll design navy ships also. And look at us, like, we have to study, but ये syllabus manage करते नाक में दम कर दिया सबने. Fine, but still he did all that. Then he actively worked for peasant prosperity, and he was one of the few rulers in India who really understood the nature of the English threat. That these bunch of guys in red coats, they are not here for trade, they are here for empire, and then they will go to any level to get that empire. He understood this. He sent emissaries for modern trade throughout the world, like to Afghanistan, Russia, China, Pegu, Myanmar, Sri Lanka. And this is a very interesting, that he tried to set up a company like the East India Company for expanding his trade. Coming to his orthodoxy, he was orthodox but not fanatic. We have two instances where he gave donation for the reconstruction of a temple of Sarda Devi, that is the Sringeri temple, which was looted by the Marathas in 1791. Then there is a famous temple of Ranganath, which was situated just 100 yards from his palace. So if he had been a fanatic, he wouldn't have kept that temple standing. Finally, Tipu died fighting during the 4th Anglo-Mysore War at Seringapatanam in 1799. Thank you guys. We'll meet for the next session, taking one more topic from the Bipin Chandra book. Thank you.